All right, good morning. So, we're coming up on the end of April, and we're hoping that they will lift the stay-at-home order. In the meantime, we're just going to keep on doing what we do, yoga at home. I have made it to the studio today, and let's just get settled in for a practice. So we start the same as always, just settling into the chair, becoming mindful of the places that your body makes contact with a solid surface, the floor, the seat underneath you, maybe the seat at the back side of the torso. We begin to listen to the sounds that surround us. Perhaps closing your eyes to avoid further distraction with your vision. Noticing those sounds that we kind of dismiss throughout the day because they're constants. If you hear a dog barking, what is he trying to say? If you hear the birds singing, is it more than one? We start to listen to ourselves now. We begin to observe, kind of shift our perspectives a little bit, and we listen to what our emotions are. We pay attention to the activity of the mind. And as an observer, we're just paying attention to the facts. We check in with the body. We listen to what it has to tell us today. Maybe your body will tell you that your shoulder is stiff or that your knee hurts. Maybe your body is going to tell you that your low back feels better than it did the other day. And I just want you to take the time to notice if there's going to be any part of your body that you're going to want to use with caution. And again, it's a use with caution. It is not a refrain from using that body part. You're just going to be mindful as it comes time to move that part of the body. I want you to tune into the breath now, and I want you to slow it down. We're really going to take this opportunity to allow for full expansion through the torso. I want you to notice how the chest lifts as you breathe in. Notice how the back side of the body expands towards the wall that's behind you. Notice the expansion of the ribs side to side underneath the arms if you give them a little bit of space. And I want you to savor the breath as you let it release from your torso. One of the few functions in our body that we can control. And as we're moving the breath and settling into practice, we allow our breathing to be that ocean breathing or the Darth Vader breathing, so that we can hear that we're in a calm and safe place. It's an indicator that we have cultivated time and space to be free from stress and free from worry. Taking a tall posture and taking in a nice big round of breath, holding it for just a few moments, and then releasing that breath slowly. Practice 3 rounds of cleansing breath, and just really notice the softening on the exhales and the release. Notice the movement of the shoulders with the inhale and with the exhale. Going ahead and moving the head slowly in a counterclockwise direction, using the breath to move the body. So the exhale is when the chin is forward, and the inhale is when the chin is up and the head is back. After 3, come to that still space. Notice if you're lightheaded or dizzy. And then if you are, go ahead, open the eyes. Take a moment to focus on something across the room from you. Breathe slow. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead in 3 circles clockwise. And I want you to do this slow motion, and I want you to feel what happens through the neck and into the shoulders. Maybe you can feel your hair move about you. Maybe you can smell the essential oils that you put on the body. And after 3, just come to that still space and take a cleansing breath. Dropping the chin to the chest, slow motion. Squaring the shoulders back and lengthening through the spine. Notice the gentle pull on the muscles between the shoulder blades. With an exhale, move the head towards the right shoulder, keeping the nose and the chin down. Pushing that left shoulder back a little bit. Squeeze the core, and as you inhale, next time bring the chin back to the center of the chest, and as you exhale, slowly moving the head over towards the left. Pushing the right shoulder back and really tuning into what's happening through the shoulders, into the neck. Breathe slow, and on an inhale, chin back to the center of the chest. Lift the head upright, and then just tuck the chin back, bringing the ears over the shoulders, and lengthening the backside of the neck while you're seated. Bringing the chin to neutral now. Let's go ahead and begin some shoulder work today. So we make sure that that spine is engaged and the spine is long and the core is engaged. And then on an inhale, bring those shoulders up. As you exhale, slowly moving the shoulders down and back. Moving through these slowly and really noticing what's going on through the ball of the shoulder, through the shoulder blades, what's happening through the top part of the chest. And just taking these ranges of motion as far as is good in your body. So if you've got shoulder pain, your shoulder movements might not look like mine, and that's okay. Just follow the breath and do what you can for movement. Remembering that yoga is a practice about forgiveness, about acceptance, about patience. So your body doesn't have to move like mine. All right? Now let's go ahead and we're going to do some eagle arms today. So we're going to take the right arm way out in front of us. Bring the shoulder back. So first reach and then bring the shoulder back in line. Move the hand towards the left side of the body. Take the left elbow, put it inside the right elbow, and bend both arms at the elbows. Palms face the face for the beginning. Then we bring the backs of the palms together so that the palms face out side to side. Then you can take the fingers of the right hand and grasp the thumb of the left, okay? Lift up, bring the shoulders back, squeeze the core, excuse me, and just really notice what's happening through the shoulders. So I can feel that at the spine between the shoulder blades. I can feel it on the outer edge of the shoulder blades and into the shoulder, okay? Squeeze the core, and if it's in your practice, lean back. You'll bring the face to looking upright. The hands will travel and be over the face. Bringing the hands back to neutral and releasing, shaking those palms, rolling those shoulders a little bit. Okay, so when we do this next one, I want you to focus on your breath and the sensations. Left arm out, palm up, travel to the right. Bring the right elbow inside of the left. Bend in both hands or both arms so that you can see the palms. Bring the backs of the hands together. Take the left fingertips and grab the right thumb. Okay, there's a little keyhole that you can peek through. We squeeze the core, lengthen the spine, and then we lift the elbows and the upper arms so that they're parallel with the floor and bring the shoulders back. Okay, breathing nice and slow here. Squeeze the core, take a lean back with the head, arching the body a little bit. Move those hands so that they come above the head. Squeeze the core as you exhale, bring those arms back down. Nice eagle arms. Roll the shoulders, shake it off a little bit, and take a cleansing breath here. All right. Now, bringing the shoulders back over the hips. Let's bring the arms out side to side. Dangle the fingertips, and they are just above the height of the hips, okay? We've popped the top of the chest open. We're going to move the head back. Make sure that the ears are over the shoulders. And then we're going to take that right ear and bring it to the right shoulder, okay? Move everything back just a little bit and play with the placement of the left arm. And I want you to notice the sensation from basically the left side of the jaw, down the neck, through the shoulder, and into the arm. Okay? For me, it's kind of a little zinger feeling, and I breathe here, and then we'll bring the head back to neutral and soften here for a moment. Bringing the posture back into good alignment. Let's go ahead and bring those arms out side to side again. Square the shoulders back. Bring the ears over the shoulders. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. And again, play with the placement of the right arm, and you should notice sensation from the through the right neck, right side of the neck, into the right shoulder and into the right arm. Okay, that's a little bit of nerve flossing. Okay, bringing the head back to neutral, dropping the arms, and a little bit of movement through the shoulders in a way that feels good, right? Okay, now let's work on some twists. Tall spine, squeeze that core in, and on an exhale, I want you to just go ahead and take that twist to the right. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. I like to bring my left hand to the outside of my right thigh. And I want you to look behind you. Use your peripheral vision, and I want you to see everything that there is for you to see behind you. And I want you to push that right shoulder back a little bit further. Squeeze in the core, and on an inhale, back to center. As you exhale, take that same twist to the left. Oh, a little pop in my back, felt really good. We want to use the core muscles here so that the low back, those muscles get a chance to release. Take a look behind you, see what there is to see. Squeeze that core. Notice what you feel through the side bodies, right? Back to center on an inhale. All right. To the right again. And I want you to breathe nice and slow here. Squeeze the core as tight as you can and look as far as you can behind you. Okay. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left, right? Keeping ourselves nice and even. Not leaning too far forward, not leaning back. Squeeze that core as tight as you can. Look as far as you can behind you, right? Get as much as you can out of this. Back to neutral. Cleansing breath here. All right, we're gonna just practice a nice flat back forward fold. We're gonna bring the torso over the lap, and we're gonna do so with that flat back posture, okay? So, tall spine, square the shoulders. We start with them over the hips and the ears to squeeze the core. I want you to push the hips down and push out with the chin. So it's almost like we're bowing, okay? Keep the chin out. Bleed with the nose, push those hips down, nice flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Take this as far as your body will let you, and then listen, and your body will tell you when to soften over the lap. While you're here, I just want you to practice relaxing through the spine, keeping the core lightly engaged, and practice your breath work here. Big inhale. Notice how the body moves to accept this breath. Allow it to happen. Exhale, soften. Keep your core engaged. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Squeeze the core, tuck the chin, use the hands on the thighs if you need to. Bring the shoulder blades together behind you. Tuck the chin, keep the core engaged, bring the torso to upright. All right, let's do one more of those nice flat back, seated forward fold. Exhale, forward, pushing through the chin and the nose. They lead the way, pushing the hips down. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Use your core muscles. Soften, soften when the body tells you. Few rounds of breath here. Focus on the breath and how the body moves to accept it. How the body moves as it releases it. coming up. Use all of your tools, all of the parts of the body to make this successful. Inhale, squeeze the core, tuck the chin, use the hands if you need to. Bringing that torso to upright. Cleansing breath, and I want you to just notice, are you lightheaded? Do you need to open the eyes and focus on a solid point across the room? Okay, let's work on moving those hands a little bit now. I want you to just take a look at the hands that keep the elbows at the side, body, long, tall spine. And I want you to inhale and open the palms up as big as you can. Exhale, close them as tight as you can. I want you to do 4 more of those. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, close them. Inhale. Exhale. I believe 1 more. Shake them off a little bit. All right, bring those hands together, shoulders back. I want you to push the hands together, and then I want you to lift the palms away from each other, and I want you to notice the pressure on the fingers and the fingertips. Breathing nice and slow, bring those hands back together. Very good. Now, pressing the palms together slightly, rotate the fingers away from the body and down. Notice how this feels in the hands and the arms. Bring it back to center. Shake that off a little bit. All right, let's take a look at those feet, our wonderful, beautiful feet. All right, they are not beautiful per se when we look at them, but they are beautiful when it comes to getting us around. So, a moment of thanks for those beautiful feet. And I want you to breathe nice and slow as you move the feet in a way that feels good to you, okay? Organic movements, not, the walk, walk, walk. Move them, wiggle them. Roll the ankles, move the knees. And I want you to just take probably 4 or 5 rounds of breath here slowly while you're moving the feet. Okay. Perhaps taking time to bring the toenails to the floor or to the carpet. Lengthening the front side of the ankles and breathing a nice round of breath here. Bring the pinky edge side of the feet to the floor and notice how that feels. Bring the big toe edge of the foot to the floor. The knees will come in a little bit here. Notice how that feels. Bring those feet back to the neutral space. Let's go ahead and lengthen both legs out. We're on the edge of the chair. The shoulders are going to be over the hips, ears over the shoulders. We're going to lengthen both legs out and bring the back side of the heel to the floor, okay? Bring the toes towards the torso. Oh, hamstrings are a little tight today, okay? So we breathe nice and slow here while we've got those feet flexed towards us. Notice what you feel on the whole back side of the leg there. All right, point those toes, wiggle them a little bit. Okay, then we're going to bring the back of the heel to the floor. Again, toes come towards the torso. And I want you to just kind of gently push the backs of the knees towards the floor here. Keep the shoulders over the hips, spine is long. Exhale, soften. All right, so back to that bent leg position. We'll work on our hip openers here, okay? So stack is good, skeletal alignment is good. On an exhale, I want you to squeeze your core and bring that right knee up towards the torso. Give yourself a little hug. Arch the body a little bit over the knee. Lengthen through the spine. Push through the heel. A little bit of support underneath the thigh. Cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Okay? Do you feel it already? As soon as you bring those shoulders over the hips and the ears are over the shoulders, there's a lot going on. Put a bend in that right ankle so that the toes move towards the shin. Okay? I feel it already. Let's go ahead, squeeze the core, square the shoulder blades. We're going to move the shoulders forward of that hip line. We're going to push through the chin. Okay? You should feel the sensation at the back side of the right hip, maybe into the outer part of the right thigh. All right? So breathe here is really important. Okay? If it's in the knee or someplace else in the body, check to make sure that you're not swerving through the spine to avoid the sensations. And remember, if you're new to this, that there are going to be some things that need to loosen up just a little bit through the knees. Do no harm. Soften when you're ready. Squeeze the core so the core stays engaged this whole time. Keep the chin tucked as you bring the torso upright. Okay? Then we're going to do that 2 more times. I want you to move through these with a long spine as you move forward. Point with the nose or the chin. Look at that space where the wall and the ceiling meet across the room from you. Oh my goodness, breathe into this. I think I'm swerving. Swerving. Soften when you're ready. And you'll do this 1 more time. Okay? Very good. Last one. Squeeze that core. Now in my body, that's not nearly as intense as it was when we first started. Soften when you're ready. Now as you come out of this, remember, squeeze the core, tuck the chin. Okay, bring the spine up, move the shoulders, lift the chin. Let's go ahead and give this right leg a little bit of support. So I like to grab the calf and the shin of the right foot or the right leg, lengthen out, push through the heel so you bring the toes towards you and you can feel that lengthening through the leg. Now, squeeze the core, take a lean back in your chair, lift that leg a little bit. Squeeze the core, come forward to a neutral seating. Wiggle that foot, toes, ankles as you bring it down. Cleansing breath. All right, let's do that left side. So squeeze the core as you exhale, left knee comes up. Okay, soften through the spine, squeeze the core, tuck the chin a little bit. Notice how that feels in the body. And then lengthen through the leg, lifting the spine so that it's long and tall. Push through that heel. Oh, cross it over. Left ankle over right thigh. Settle into this. Check your stack on the right leg. Check your stack through the torso. A bend in that right ankle. Squeezing the core. Exhale, forward, folding, flat back. Ooh, how's that sensation for you today? Mine's pretty tight. Pretty tight. Soften. Taking a moment of rest. Noticing how that sensation feels now. Squeeze core, tuck chin, spine comes up, shoulders come up, chin comes up. Squeeze that core. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Push through the nose towards that space where the wall and ceiling meet. Push the hips down. Oof, oof, oof. Soften. Coming up, you know the drill. Keep your body safe and out of harm's way. Last one. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Push through towards the ceiling and the wall. Push the hips down. Oh my goodness. Okay, soften when you're ready. Squeeze core, tuck chin, bring it up nice and slow, being mindful to do no harm. All right, and we're gonna lengthen out that left leg, giving a little bit of support. Squeeze the core, tuck the chin, pushing through the heel, lean back. Oh my, feel that right there, all along the back side of the leg. Big breath, wiggling as you bring it down, okay? So a couple of modifications now. So if you are unable to do eagle arms, let's go ahead and take this right arm out. We've got that long, tall spine, core is engaged. We take the right hand over the left shoulder. We take the left hand over the right shoulder, okay? We lift the elbows, we squeeze the core, and we kind of rotate those shoulders back, okay? Then if you like, you can lift the elbows up. You can also tuck them down. Just notice what you feel through the shoulders as we do this. Okay, we'll undo one arm at a time. Then we'll take that left arm first, put that left hand over the right shoulder, right over the left. Okay, this is instead of eagle arms, so you can do this instead. We take that lean back, we tuck it in, nice and slow. Keep your core engaged, right? So that is a modification that you can use instead of eagle arms. And if in your body you are not able to do the hip openers the way that we showed you earlier, you can put a little space between your feet and your knees. Check in with knees and toes, okay? Hands on the thighs, and you're gonna take a squeeze to the core, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Flat back, I like to lift my toes, keep my elbows in midline, flat back, okay? Then you're gonna soften, okay? And you're gonna just adjust the legs a little bit so that when you're in this forward folded position, you can have a chair here or a footstool or your blocks. You can feel that on the inside of the hips, deep inside, okay? And from this forward folded position, you can inhale, lift the spine, lift the head, push the hips down, okay? Inhale up, exhale down. Inhaling up with the torso and the head. Exhale down, keep the core engaged. We're gonna tuck the chin. We're gonna bring the hands one at a time up to the thighs, not the knees. Squeeze the core, tuck the chin, keep the elbows in. And we're gonna come to upright, okay? Slight modifications to some of the poses that we do. Good practice for us trying the alternatives. Okay, so let us come into a forward fold, or if forward fold in a standing position is not in your practice, you can just take mountain pose, which is your standing position, okay? We're gonna inhale, squeeze the core, exhale, flat back, okay? Then soften when the body tells you to. Check your stance, take that forward fold. And I just want you to notice what's happening on the back side of your body. I want you to keep the core engaged. And I want you to breathe slow. Notice if you're lightheaded. And if you can, straighten out the back sides of those legs and breathe nice and deep, super slow here. All right, if you haven't already, I want you to put a bend in the knees. I want you to lift the toes, tuck the chin, drop the hips super low, come up out of this one little bit at a time. As you come into your standing pose, check to see if you're lightheaded or if you're dizzy. Mountain pose, lift those toes, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the core, open the chest up. Palms are open and expanded. All right, let's go ahead and come to the back side of the chair. Okay. Taking a nice neutral stance, tall spine. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring both arms up, extended mountain pose arms. As you exhale, bring those hands to heart center. We're doing this slowly and deliberately. We're noticing what's happening through the core, through the spine, through the shoulders, through the arms, through the hands. Inhales up, exhales down. Inhale up, exhale. Two more. Last one. Hands to the chair. Check in with the shoulders now, okay? And I want you to just bring the torso or the body so that it touches the chair. I want you to keep the left fingertips attached to the chair, and on an inhale, bring the right arm up. Okay, as you get to the top, reach up and then drop the shoulder down. Okay, spread the palm, squeeze the core, take a lean through the torso. Try not to move the hips too much. Through the torso, reaching to the left. Maybe taking a look at those fingertips up in the air. Squeeze core, bring the torso back to neutral. Follow the fingertips with your gaze as you bring that arm down. Okay, two more of those. Inhale up. Check in with the shoulders. Squeeze the core. Take your lean to the left. Bringing it up. Notice how the shoulder feels. Notice how the arm feels. Notice how the side body feels. Once more. Inhale up. Taking your lean. Maybe you let that left hand slide down the leg this time. Reach through the fingertips and bring it back down nice and slow. Shake that shoulder, give it a little bit of relief. All right, so we're gonna switch hands. Right fingertips to the chair. Left arm is gonna come up. Inhale, bring it up nice and slow, super steady. Squeeze the core. Take that lean to the right now. Push the left hip down towards the ground, okay? Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. To the right a little bit. Back to neutral. And back down. Last one we're going to do now. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze that core. Notice what's happening through the whole left side of the body. Back up and back down. Shrug that shoulder, cleansing breath. All right. So we're going to bring the right hand to the chair now. Okay. And we're going to practice our balancing. So when we get to balancing, there are a multitude of things to check to set yourself up for success. So check your stance. Make sure that your stack is good. You're going to use your core muscles. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. You're going to move the breath nice and slow. You're going to find something to gaze at. And when you're ready, I want you to bring that right leg or right foot into a place where you're balancing. I'm going to move the chair for a moment. So in your body, you might just be lifting the right heel up off of the floor. Okay? You might do a kickstand, Or you might be able to totally bring that right foot up and the leg too. You can bring the left arm up. You can bring the right arm up. Whatever is in your practice today, honor the body. I want you to try 3 times with the right leg being moved. And we don't dump into the chair. We just use it for guidance. Bringing it down nice and slow. Noticing if your hips need a little adjustment, you can march in place in between. You can take a nice flat back forward fold in between. Whatever you need. Remember to move through the body or the movements consciously so you do no harm. All right. Take your time. Maybe you need to pause the video while you work on this. All right, and when you're finished, shake it off a little bit, right? Okay. And then we're going to turn ourselves around. We're going to do that whole thing on the left side. So again, setting yourself up for success. You check in with the base of the body. You check in with the skeletal alignment. You unify the torso by engaging the core. You open the chest up. Move the breath slow. Focus on a single spot in front of you. Left hand to the chair, so you're going to move that left foot or that left leg. Same as before, whatever is good in your body. Whatever your practice holds for you today. Bringing one or both arms into it. We'll practice this 3 times. Remember to care for yourself in between. Shuffle those hips by marching in place. Maybe taking that flat back forward fold, right? So practicing standing on the right leg, lifting the left. And if you're wobbly, that's okay. Notice where that wobble originates from. Very good. A march in place. A cleansing breath. And then let's just go ahead and take L shape with our body and the chair. So we bring our fingertips to the chair, we walk the torso back, we squeeze the core, we're bending through the knees. We're flat back so the chin is out. Okay, we come to a bent position where the body is like in an L shape. Try to bring the head between the arms, push the hips back, squeeze the core, and just lengthen through the spine. You can shuffle the hips a little side to side if you like. Okay. As you come out of this, you're going to keep the chin tucked. You're going to squeeze the core and bring the body upright as you walk towards the chair. All right, now a cleansing breath. let us come to the front. Oh, before we do that, let's do a few jolts. So check your stance. Not too close, not too far apart. Fingertips to the chair. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, dropping down. About 10 of those. So we're going to take and come to the front side of the chair now. We're going to let the back sides of the legs touch the chair. Okay, we're going to inhale, bring those arms up, open the palms, squeeze the core, drop the shoulders, and put a bend in the knees, bringing the body towards the chair as gracefully as possible. All right. Settle into the chair. Take a cleansing breath. We just settle in and we notice the weight of our body in the chair. I want you to remember if there was anything at the beginning of practice that you said you needed to use with caution. Just check in and see how that part of the body feels. Maybe taking some organic movements. Shuffling the shoulders maybe, wiggling the spine a little bit. Take time to honor yourself. Showing up, doing the work. Fill your heart with gratitude. There are a gazillion things we can be grateful for. Clean sheets, fresh water, air in the tires, sunshine, a good book, your favorite pet, the people, so much. Let your heart be flooded with the feeling of gratitude. Practice self-love. I want you to say to yourself, use your name. I'll say mine, but repeat after me using your name. Michelle, today you are good enough. Michelle, I love you. Allow the body to soften. Focus on your breath. If your mind is wandered off, just take note. Where did it go? And then come back to your breath. Bringing movement to the fingers and the toes, the hands and the feet. We'll take a tall posture. Thank you as always for joining me today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, share with your friends. It's an honor. Hands to heart center, tall spined, core engaged. The love and the light that dwells within me cherishes the love and the light that dwells within each of you. Namaste.